guys, how's things? You'll have to excuse my nasally voice today. Got a bit of a cold, but we must keep working, must keep pressing on. In this video, I wanted to go over what's currently going on in DeFi, in terms of the stablecoin pools. So there's been a big push for that lately because of the crab market that we're in. Everyone's quite bearish. And if you've got stable coins just sitting around, where do you put them? You can put them to work, earning yield in DeFi land. So let's have a look at some of the options that you have. Now I'm going to be concentrating on the Polygon and Solana chains. I don't really look at Ethereum main chain just because of the fees, right? There's still some good options there, but there's also really good options on Polygon and Solana. So why pay more fees if you can avoid it? And the protocols that are on Polygon aren't fly by night ones. So here's the first one, Curve. You should probably know about Curve. It's been around for ages. One of the most battle-tested ones that there are. And here's the pools that they have on Polygon. There's not that many. This one here is the stablecoin pool. So you put in DAI, USDC, or Tether. So current APY on that is, what's that, 3 plus 3 plus 2, so it's about 8 and almost 9%. If you have, just as a side while we're here, if you've got Bitcoin, you can earn yield on your Bitcoin. So this one won't be, there's no impermanent loss on this one because it's swapping between wrap Bitcoin and Ren Bitcoin. So if you are comfortable with moving your coin off a Bitcoin wallet and wrapping it and chucking it on Polygon, then you can earn, what's that, 6.7, maybe like 7 and a bit percent in Curve. Because I've got some money deployed here, so earning some okay percentage. The next one that I want to talk about is Balancer. So this is their V2, and they have a couple of pools which are pretty good in terms of stablecoins. So they've got this one here. So this one's similar in makeup to the Curve one, except there's Mematic in there as well. So you need to provide USDC, DAI, Mematic, and Tether. The APR for that is 20.5, so it's double what you get on Curve. They also have a wrap Bitcoin, Ren Bitcoin pool, which is about 11, so a little bit higher than Curve. The only downside to using Balancer is that the rewards are airdropped to you once a week. So if you're the sort of person that likes to compound every day, you won't be able to do that on Balancer. They are in the middle of getting their staking contracts created, so you can collect your rewards at any time, but that's not live yet. So if you do decide to jump in on Balancer, they do the snapshot on Monday, and then you get the rewards on Wednesday. So you need to be in for a full week first, and then you get the rewards on the Wednesday. I haven't had any issue getting the rewards. Sometimes they come a day late, but they do come. Yes, the only downside is that you can't compound every day until they get their staking contracts done. So that's one to have a look at. Another one that has launched this week is called DeFiSwap. I'm not currently in this one, but it's been talked about quite heavily, mainly because there's lots of known names like VC backing this one. So this is not going to be one of those pump and dump degen farms where you have a high chance of getting rugged. Otherwise, you'll have this situation where the people that have put their name behind it will get some bad publicity. So I mean, some of the guys, the usual suspects, the big VC guys, and the Polygon team have put their money into this too. So as far as safety is concerned, it's pretty good. There's still the usual risks that you got to take into account, like smart contract risk and exploits and things like that. But as far as the team running away with your money, I think that's quite low. As far as stablecoin pools in the DynoSwap farm, you've got two down the bottom. There's the USDC Tether farm that's currently at 21%, so that's similar to what Balancer had. And then there's a USDC Mematic. So this Mematic, that's another stablecoin, which is put out by the QDAO, which is like DAI. It's like MakerDAO on Polygon, basically. So if you know what MakerDAO is and you know what DAI is, that's what Mematic is. But they are the ones, they're on Polygon instead. So that's where they started. So with Mematic and DAI and Pi over on Solana, which we'll get to in a minute, and UST on Terra, they're all collateralized stablecoins. They've got collateral backing them. So they have a higher risk of depegging than, say, Tether or USDC. So that's the only thing you need to be worried about. UST has depegged, but it regained its peg. Mematic, I think it has. I think it's depegged a bit, but it did come back eventually. So if you are in these pools and see Mematic is in the balancer one too. So if that ever depegs, don't freak out and withdraw your money immediately. Just go and do a little bit of research and see how bad the situation is, because it tends to recover if it's not that serious. And then when it recovers, and then if you're still worried about it, then by all means withdraw. But if you withdraw during the event, then you'll lose money because it might depeg down to 60 cents or something, right? So just keep that in the back of your mind. Anyway, so the APR on DynoSwap comes from Dino token, so that is the rewards that you get. So the price of the Dino token is, affects the APR. So this is the chart for Dino. So it started. I don't think that this chart has all its history. I think it was up higher. But as you can see, it just gets dumped, right? Because it's a farming token. It's farm and dump token, right? The rewards that you get are the Dino token. So if you don't cash them out, you're not locking in your rewards. But so it seems to have bottomed out around $1.80. It's now at $2.80 ish. So I mean that could keep going up, right? Who knows? It could also go to zero. So with farms that give you rewards in another token, that's the risk that you take. So what do you do with it? Do you hold the token and accumulate it, or do you sell it immediately for something more stable? In the DynoSwap, you can where is it? You can stake Dino and earn other things. So you can put the Dino in here and earn Ghost and Define and more Dino. You can lock it in the tar pits as well to earn rewards. So there's incentives for people to not sell it. If you're a profit maximalist, though, then you would want to sell it regularly. Some people are also going to the Dino USDC pool, so that's got like 1,000%, 1,100% APR. High risk with this though, massive and permanent loss. But crazy APR. So maybe put in $1,000 or something and get your degen itch scratched. I mean, as long as this chart stays stable, it could be quite profitable. So the only issue will be is if the Dino token crashes, because everybody's selling it. And a lot of people would be, right? So all the farmers will be selling it to gain their actual profits, right? So what to look at. Do your own research on this. Look at all the VCs that are involved. And if you're comfortable with that, then here are the stablecoin pools. No impermanent loss on these ones. Everything else is going to have impermanent loss. And there's also capital loss as well. So, if Dino goes down, you're going to lose money. If Matic goes down, you're going to lose money. But you also have capital gains as well. If Matic and ETH both go up, then, the money you put in also, these LP tokens gain in value. Over on Solana Chain, there are two that I want to highlight. So you got Saber. And they're a swap protocol, so it's a like-for-like swap. So this is like stablecoin for stablecoin. But if I switched it to Bitcoin, you can swap between Ren and wrapped Bitcoin. But they have farms as well. So here's the Tether USDC farm. It's at 6%, which isn't that great because we've just talked about Balancer being at 20 and Dino being at 20, but still 6%, still pretty good. That's probably in line with Curve's rate. I think it was about 7 or 8. Now, Pi USDC, that's the native stablecoin on Solana. And it works similar to how MakerDAO does. So you're going to lock up tokens and then you can mint this Pi, which is $1. Then they also have Bitcoin, Red Bitcoin, so no impermanent loss there. There's P Bitcoin and Red Bitcoin. That is the Pi version of Bitcoin. Here's the Terra USDC pool. So that's 36%. That's pretty good. You got 56% on this Bitcoin pool and 22% on that Bitcoin pool. You got DAI USDC at 36. It's wrapped DAI. This is Binance Dollar USDC. You're going to get 34% there. Yeah, so they're fairly high. You can even get FTT, wrapped FTT. Oh, I didn't see that one. 26% on your FTT token. That's pretty good. Yeah, so here's a couple of other Bitcoin pools. So this IB Bitcoin is the Badger token, is pretty sure. 143%. So with that, you got the risk of Ren depegging or losing your stuff, and then you've also got Badger. If something happens to the Badger protocol, this token will lose its value too. The last one on Solana I want to talk about is Mercurial Finance. So it's a lot simpler. They've only got two pools. So it's the USD3 pool and the Pi3 pool. So if you're familiar with Curve, it's the same sort of thing. So USDC, Tether, and wrapped Terra UST coin. So 69%. There's only 5.8 million in the pool right now. I expect that to go up. So this APR will go down as more people pile into it. 20 million for the Pi3 pool at 17.5%. There's 7 million in this one at 22%. So yeah, so in Saber you get the Saber token, which is currently at 0.00916 cents a token. And Mercurial Finance, you get the MER token. So let's say you're going to deposit into here, you need to provide these tokens here. Down the bottom it says MER distributed daily. So that's how you get that. Yeah, so if you've got stable coins lying around, put them to work. There's some good rates out there. These are the least of. I'm not going to say they're scammy or anything. These guys aren't scammy, but they're not the cheap folks that you find on Binance Smart Chain that just create the farms and then get all the deposits, have a deposit fee, and take the money and run away. They're not like that. So yeah, so go check them out. Just quickly, got Curve, Balancer. I'll go back to the list. So there's all the farms you can get for Balancer. DinoSwap, have a look at that. Saber over at Solana, and Mercurial Finance also on Solana. That's it. Hope it was helpful. Give you guys something to do a bit of research on. I'll talk to you in the next one.